Hello and welcome back to Dungeons & Dragons, Planescape Torment, the Enhanced Edition. When we last left off,
I'm gone.
Moida. Start building here. Shame about that poor Smith Avildon. Really it were. Still, he weren't the one to keep himself to the grindstone. He weren't dedicated. 'Tis the way the plains turn. Mark my words, every basher's got his due. Ah, well, what can old Theldon do for you? I have some questions. You want answers? Like what? Well, what were you doing the night of the murder? Like 20 seconds ago. What was I doing? Why, I was sitting in my room with a nice loaf of bread and a jug of wine, staying in. Didn't go out that night. Just didn't see no need. Do you know anyone who can swear otherwise? Nope, never did saw the need to make sure of it. One place you might ask if you're real looking for leads is Sorrows. That little thieving... excuse me. Thieving knight goes everywhere, what with his father being high up here. He always wasn't new experiences. Boy's practically a sensei, if you ask me. Probably wanted to kill someone to see if he could get away with it. Sarah say, I'll go check in on that. Farewell.
Done.
Smith. Sorrows. See a sandy-haired youth. He's on the cusp between adolescence and adulthood. From his eyes, looks like he's trying to be as adult as possible without having the slightest idea of how. In other words, he seems innocent. Hey, stranger, what can I do for you? Could answer a few questions for me. Ask whatever you want. Tell me about yourself. Me, I'm Sorrows. Grew up around here. Got to run through the foundry, playing with stuff. I like pretty much everyone here, except for Thildon. He keeps saying I'm not raised right and that my father is a poor parent. All I know is Thildon's the biggest sod I've ever met. I'm sure. I have a few more questions. Tell me about the Great Foundry. Yeah, I grew up here, played in the main foundry area, and ran through the barracks. It stinks and loud, and people can be like Thildon, but it's still home to me. Well, answer me another question. Tell me about the people here. They're smiths and workers. I think they all mean well, but they're all so earnest and boring. They liven themselves up a bit, like, say, the Sunsites. You like the Sensates, huh? They know how to live life. They know what it's all about. Not like these people. They keep pretending that there's some big noble purpose to all, but I don't see it. My sister says that life is more than our senses show, but I don't see how she knows that, since all she knows is through her senses. I don't get why people make this stuff up. Who is your sister? Sarissa? She can just look at someone and knows what needs what needs taken away. I don't know how she does it. My father always said it was something about her ascending to another level. He said she was born a godsman. Interesting. Nothing for now. We go up here, we can talk to Bedai Lynn. See a severe woman with flaming red hair pulled tight. You're giving her face a stretched, nervous look. She appears to be deep in thought. As you approach, she glances up and says, Can I help you with something? Yes, I had some questions. Tell me what you know about the murder. Let's see. I asked the guards to head out for the night because I was working on some delicate engineering on the project next room. Didn't need their psychic emanations fouling up some very crucial work. It was with some dismay that I found the body when I emerged from the room. Being as I have no other alibi, I realize I am a suspect, and I suspect you're already found that I wouldn't consent to going under the spell to answer. The reason for that is it would be violating the oath of secrecy I swore to protect the project. I see I had some other questions. Who are you? My name is Bedai Lin. I'm a magical engineer. Not a mage, mind you, but a theoretician. I'm going to make sure the godsmen don't get a chance to use that weapon or contract or other such weapons of war again. Alright. I think I'll check that with Kelder. You do that. He'll verify what I told you. Administer the oath to me so he knows his power. Very well. Farewell. click there to get down here. Annoying. Alright, let me fix this up. Okay, why can't I ask him about the murder? Found the culprit for the heinous crime? You have evidence? Not enough. I'd like to ask you a few more questions first. Nothing, thanks. Nothing farewell. Maybe I'll talk to Alyssa? There you are. You again? What do you want now? My apology for my impatience. We're on schedule here. Under Keldor's authority, I'm investigating a murder that occurred here. What can you tell me of it? No, I saw the night of the murder. Well, I was working late when I heard the sound of a scuffle. When I came out and saw a shadowy figure slip out of the door into the meeting hall, and I raised the alarm. Do you have any other details? I only know 3 people who had access building that night. There were Tilden, Saros, and Bedai Lin. 3 of them had dramatically different builds, but in the haze of the foundry, I couldn't see them clearly. Fine, where can I find Saros? He usually remains in the main building hall. Be able to miss him. Tilden, usually in between main foundry here and the experimental chamber and back. And Bedai found in any of the foundry areas, one of our chief engineers. Okay, maybe since I've got Alyssa saying that Saros is a suspect, I can bring it up. That poor Smith, I can't believe what happened to him. Do you have any idea what might have happened or some leads? Who told you? Supervisor? She's right. Come here at night sometimes when no one around. Looks around conspiratorially for a moment, lowers his head to you. I saw Tilden creeping around here. Main reason I know it was him is because he dropped something. Hands you an awl with the name Tilden etched in the wooden handle. Thanks. I'll be back to talk to you again.
Updated my journal.
Old-fashioned awl with the name Tilden burnt it expertly into the wooden handle. Well, since Saros is a neophyte, I don't think he would actually have the ability to fabricate this, so... Well, we found enough culprit for the heinous crime. You have evidence? Yes, Tilden is guilty. Saros gave me an awl found near the body. It was Tilden's awl. Shakes his head. Never would have believed it, Tilden. Trust your investigation was thorough, and I trust you. I mean to summon the guards. Take your time.
Updated my journal.
Seems saddened by the ordeal. It is done. My thanks for resolving the investigation. You have but one task remaining for you. Sandoz, father of Sarosa and Saros, had one of our more vital members, has returned from a harrowing journey. He's locked himself in his tower room and is threatening to kill himself. Speak to him. Stop him. I'm on it.
Updated
Farewell.
my journal.
Okay, so we need to find out where that is. Let's see. 1 second. Okay, I think I know where we're supposed to go. It's where we were sneaking around earlier. Islesandra. See a bushy-haired man clad in the height of fashion, considered fashion to be dyed 50 years ago. His clothing seemed to consist of tattered street urchin rags. It seems to be affect a disdainful manner towards those around him, or it might be his actual manner. He doesn't even glance at you until you speak to him, and then his eyes begin searching your face carefully. Do you want something? Tell me your coworkers. Bah! They do not possess true fire. They speak of creation and may boast of their potentials, but not create anything beyond the mundane. Their imaginations are poor, limited, obsessed with the small details. A true dreamer, I say, creates a grand scheme and then concentrates on the details. Starting with the details is for the ants of the imagination, the small insects who expire only to be fed. That's very charitable of you. Answer some other questions for me, if you would. How would you like to know? What do you do here? What do I do here? I'm the engineer of all engineers. I studied on the Tanari Smith's Kazan, who tempered words on the forge of hate, quenched them in a trough of despair, and sent them forth to slaughter stupidity. Elements of phrases, caustic words were brought to him, and he created weapons of terrifying magnitudes. Weapons that I'm sure they would lay an enemy low and destroy the malformed ideas of others. I'm sure you've seen his work. So you create evil weapons here. No, not at all. My forge is not built on hate, but understanding. I've also studied under the Archon artisan Terrasparia, who created the healing touch of a gentle thought, ideas that would still any fiendish, spitting heart. He worked his wills with love and devotion. My work blends theirs, as all mortal psyches blend elements of their demonic and their sublime. Are your coworkers as well trained as you? Bah! They do not possess true fire. Blah, 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 blah. I see. With that insight, I must be off. Farewell.
I'm gone.
Greetings, sir. Did Keldor send you? Sandos came up here and he's been raving and muttering behind the door all day. Hope you can do something for him. We'll see about that. Sandos, I need to talk to you. Muffled voice comes from out behind the door. Go away. Are you Sandos? Voice snaps. Who else would I be? These are my rooms. This is my faction. And this is where I'm gonna die. Tell me about yourself, Sandos. You want to talk? Is that what you want? How about you listen? Voice pauses, then gathers steam. What's the point of it? That's what I want to know. Why do we do the things we do? What's the thing that keeps us driving? Let's wait for him to continue. He said not talk, but listen. Pride. Pride and ego. We keep telling ourselves that we can be something, that we mean something, that there's a reason we're here. But in the end, it's all just blackness. I've seen that final blackness, and there's no reason to deny it. Yet we keep pushing out of foolish pride. There's no reason to it. Did you ever consider that you became a godsman for a reason? What do you mean? You found reason once. You believe that all that we face is a test. You believe that we're here to push past that final blackness, to overcome it. Don't tell me you've gotten weak now. Barks out shop laugh. They taught you well, at least. Let me think about this. I hope you've got some time. All the time in the world, Sandos. Think it over. When it speaks again, the voice sounds a little more balanced. Go down and tell Keldor you've talked some sense into me. I want to see him eventually, but you've done your job. Go on now. Thanks. Farewell. Just making sure you're okay. I owe you my life, stranger. I won't forget it. But right now, I've got some thinking to do. Hope you forgive me for not talking. Sure. Farewell.
Done.
Task complete. Have you successfully in convincing him that life is worthwhile? I have succeeded. He regained his zest for life.
Updated my journal.
You have succeeded. Glorious news. Congratulations, my friend. You have proven yourself worthy of joining the Godsmen. Like to take the oath now, or perhaps wait until later? Now is fine, sure. The oath. Life's tribulations are tests. There's nothing I encounter that is not a lesson. Pain is the multiverse's way of reinforcing a lesson. What I hate most in others is a reflection of what I hate most in myself. I will act to activate my potential and to aid others in achieving theirs. I will remember that divinity's spark is present in everything. I will swear fealty to the believers of the Source and their goals, never to forsake them. You swear the oath, and Keldor smiles. Welcome to the Godsman, lad. Need anything else from me now? Well, that's actually not a bad oath. Just, do good by yourself and help others do good for themselves. All right now.
Updated my journal.
So we have joined the faction, the Godsmen, believers of the Source. All life springs from the same divine source, ascending and descending in form as the cosmos tests it. Thanks to your words, my father Sandra is alive and well. I can only hope that whatever force scared him this way, cannot believe he came to this on his own. Will pay for its misdeeds. What can I do for you? Can answer me some questions. What is it, sea calf man? Who are you? I'm Sarosa, daughter of Sandoz, of the faction of Godsmen. Right. Tell me of your family. My brother Saros is hopefully wiser lad for his experience, while my father is a factor here, a man whose travels led him far from the great foundry and into the realms of most mortals never even dreamed of achieving. Tell me more of your brother. Saros is a brash, impulsive lad, easily given over to his manhood. He is eager to prove himself equal to anything on the plains, full of the aggression of youth. I believe he feels himself more sensate than Godsman, further vindicating my belief that the sensates are the most immature of all factions of Single. Why are they the most immature? Why are they the most immature? Because, like children, they do not understand that there is more beyond the worlds of the senses, beyond what we can see, hear, taste, touch, and smell. Look around you. You're in the outer planes. This is belief made solid. That does not mean this is seemingly rough matter that can be comprehended by the senses. This is a belief. No mere physicality can match it. I see. Speak of the other matters to me. Tell me more of your father. Thanks to your words, my father Sandos is alive and well. Can only hope that whatever force scared him this way. Oh. Everyone seems to have a special talent. Tell me of yours. I know not how I came by it. It seems something has always been a part of me. I can only surmise that my past lives and my beliefs has given me the special insight into mortal nature. I'm gifted with the ability to see a piece of potential within every living being, reading the true name graven on that mortal's very being. And by slightly mispronouncing that word, I am able to change the nature of that potential, thus changing the nature of its bearer. Can you teach me this skill? I can change you, but I cannot teach you. It is like teaching color to a blind man or sound to a deaf man, and I will change you. The price would be right. What's the price? Tell me, do you subscribe to the philosophy of the Godsmen? Yeah, it seems to be pretty upbeat.
Updated my journal.
Then I feel no qualms in sharing my gift with you. Speaks an arcane syllable, one that shakes you to the very foundation, and somehow your flesh feels stronger. How'd you do that? I know not how I came with it. By it, seems something has always been a part of me. I surmise my past lives and blah 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 blah. Cosmos works in strange ways. Farewell. 20 wisdom. Ha ha! Nice. All right. Interesting how her family is related in 2/3 of the quest line here. Now, we can at this moment join up with the essentially the anarchist faction, but I'm not sure if that would go easy with my lawful aspect. So I might not do that. I'll figure it out. But that'll be for another time. When we come back, well, we're now godsmen. Yay! Have a good one, folks.